Good morning, student. Today we are going to do chapter 7, directing of your book. Okay, so now here we'll discuss about the meaning of direction. So what does this mean? What is the meaning of direction? So direction is function of management is concerned with instructing, guiding, inspiring and motivating the employee in the organization so that their efforts result in the achievement of organization goal. So here what we have done, see, before this we already learned about this staffing function where we appointed the peoples. Okay, after appointing them, what we do with them, we will be giving them orders, instruction. We'll try to motivate them from time to time so that they will be able to achieve the organizational goal. So here it is written, after the staffing function, the right person is placed at the right position in the organization. But actual work begins only when this person gets instruction from their superiors. Directing does not mean only instruction, but it also includes supervising the employee when they are performing the job, motivating them to perform more efficiently, and leading them towards success and achievement of organization goals. So basically, direction is just a kind of order which has been given to the employee so that order, when employee gets the order, what he will start doing some kind of work. So directions are important to initiate a action or work. Okay, now features. What are its features? So direction initiates action. So it is just like other functions, prepare a base or setting action. How action has to be carried on the direction initiate to start action. By giving directions or instruction, the manager get the work started in the organization. So see, simply the first feature, simply we are giving direction so that the work will start in the company, because direction is nothing but an order given to the employee so that he will start some work. Okay, so that is the first point. Then second point, continuing function. So this is also a continuous process, just like staffing function, planning function. Directions is also a function and it will be continuous, it is not going to stop. So a manager cannot just rest after issuing orders and instruction. He has to continuously guide, supervise and motivate his subordinate. He must continuously take step to make sure that orders and instructions are carried out properly. So after this, see, we already know that direction is a continuous process. So here continuously a manager will have to guide, supervise and tell that employee what he is supposed to do actually. And if he is down, means if he is not okay with the work, or he is not able to perform it properly, then we can motivate him by strong words. So when motivation will be given, so it will be like that employee will be again feel energetic, and again he will be feeling confidence inside him, and then he will start working. So motivation can be done by giving kind of thing which is called as direction. Now the third point, directions takes place at every level, means pervasive. Okay, so direction is a pervasive function as it is performed by the manager at all the level in all the location. Every manager has to supervise, guide, motivate and communicate with his subordinate to get the things done. Okay, so every manager or boss, he will be talking to his subordinate who is working under him. So this happens at every level, means at the top level, at the middle level and at the lower level. If you take example of lower level, there will be supervisors. Supervisor will be guiding the workers. Okay, same way middle level, so all the supervisors are under this middle level, production heads or finance head, or you can call them departmental heads. So all of them are working under them. Okay, so what they will do, they will be giving some directions to them. When they will be giving directions to them, they'll be working. So this happens at top, middle and level, lower level. If you talk about the top level, then what happens, the top level also guides the middle level. So it happens everywhere, directions will be given. They will keep asking the subordinates, they will keep telling them what to do, what they're supposed to do, and just they provide a kind of guidance and instruction what you are supposed to do from time to time. That's why it take place at every level of management. At every level we means top, middle and lower level. Now directing flows from top to bottoms. See, top level to bottom level means lower level. So of course the order will come from the top only, we know this. The top level managers will give orders to the subordinates, middle and then lower level. So direction are given by the manager to their subordinates. Every manager can direct Immediate subordinate and take directions from immediate boss, directly start from top level and flows to the lower level. Now what happens? See, who is the immediate boss? If you're working under some manager, so if you're reporting a person who is above in post of you, so that particular person will be called your boss, and he's also called as the immediate boss to whom you report. Okay, so that particular person is called as your immediate boss. So definitely the orders will come from top only, so it flows from top to bottom. So directions flow is from top to bottom, means order is going to come from top level to middle level, and middle level is going to pass those order to the lower level. Then performance oriented, see, direction is the performance oriented function. The main motive of the direction is being efficiency in the performance. Okay, see here what is happening. Performance oriented means why we are giving the direction, that is the thing. We are simply giving the direction so that we can improve the performance of the employee. That's why we are instructing them, guiding them, motivating them from time to time. So that is the kind of thing, because we want performance from them. Otherwise there is no use of giving directions. If no performance cannot be improved, then there is no meaning of it. So directing converts plans into performance. Okay, so planning is an sorry, this performance is an essence of directing. Directions function direct the performance of individuals toward achievement of goals, organizational goals. Then human element. See, what is human element? Let us discuss this, because directions is been given to the human beings only. Okay, the people we are directed. Okay, so direction function involves study and molding of human behavior. It improves interpersonal and intergroup relationship. It motivates employee to work with their best ability. See, this directing function is concerned with the human behavior, and human behavior is very dynamic in nature. That's why if somebody is not working, then you will have to find out that why he's not working, what is the reason for it, and then according to it you can give him work, or you can give him directions. Not like you cannot shout at him, and you will have to convince him to get on with the work. Sometimes you have to do like this. So it's a human element. You will have to understand the psychology of the persons who are working under you, then you will give them orders. Okay, so what is their state of mind you should know first, and then you should give them directions according to that. Okay, in order not to get any kind of confusion and chaos with the employees. That's why it is called as a human element. It is very important to set a very good relationship between the superior and subordinates. Now we'll discuss the importance of directing functions. Okay, so what is important? The first is to initiate action. So as we already discussed this in the feature also. So this is the importance. The employees in the organization start working only when they get instruction and direction from the superiors. Okay, so when this employee get the orders from the boss, they will start working. That's why this is the importance. Okay, because see, plans are already been decided by the company. Now according to those plans, you will have to give some orders to these people or employees, so that they will start the working. So this is the first importance. So in this directing function, the superior directs the action of the employees towards the accomplishment of predetermined goals of the organizations, means targets. Okay, then to integrate employee efforts. Integrations means you're connecting all the efforts of the people as one. Okay, so in the organization, number of employees are working at different levels and in different job position. We already know this, that in the company there are so many different types of posts and different type of works, like production, accounting, like store department. There are so much of work and different type of departments are there. So what we must do, see, the employees may differ in their level of authority. They are here talking about the top level, middle level, and lower level. So when we talk about all other different levels, like top level will be having more attitude inside them, then middle level will also be having some kind of attitude, and the workers at the lower level, they will be having some kind of attitude too. So this is a kind of problem here. That is the importance here of direction, that you will have to create that understanding between these attitudes of the different types of levels of people. So that's why it is integrated, like everybody is putting their effort inside the company. Okay, so you'll have to match their attitude with each other, and this is how we can integrate these different types of employees effort in one direction. Okay, so these different types of jobs are assigned, but all the interrelated to each other, as they are the part of one organization. When the working are employees at different level, so here every employee will be putting his efforts, and he will be simply working in one direction, and all the efforts will be integrated by the help of direction. You will be continuously giving them directions to the employees. Now next point is means of motivations. What is a mean? Means zaria. Okay, so direction is a kind of means by which you can motivate a person. So direction function does not mean giving orders only, but through directions and instruction, the superior try to motivate the employee to perform to best ability. Motivation is very important element of direction, and directing function develops the feeling of belongingness and encourages people to perform to their best ability. See, when you give orders, so it is not like always strict orders should be given to the employees and then only they will be working. It is very important, because you cannot force this kind of thing motivation. This is a kind of inner urge which can be created inside the employee by very use of very some very good words, which must be passed on to the employees. When they will feel it from inside that yes, they belong to the company, means they will be having some kind of value in this company. So when a person start believing that he's been valued inside the company, then definitely from within his heart he will be feeling that he should start working for the company, because company is also thinking about him. Then this is called as motivation. So it is kind of inner urge. It should come from within. It should not be forced on the employee, and this is done by directions. Okay, so direction doesn't mean always order will come. Sometimes the manager also try to tell you that you are the only person that I rely upon, so I depend a lot on you, because in past time you have been performing so well in the company. So these are words which will definitely drive this employee towards achievement of goals. So this is a kind of motivation which can be given through words. This is just like when your teachers tell you that you are doing so well in your class. I hope that in future also you will do the same. So what are your teachers doing at that time? Their teacher are also telling you or motivating you at that time. So same way in company also it is very important to motivate. Then next point is bring stability and balance in the organization. So the direction functions try to create a balance in the organization. Generally when the employees are working at different levels, that is top level, middle level and lower level, they develop different attitudes, and the balance between the attitude is made by directions functions. Okay, so here what they, as I told you earlier, that there will be different levels like top level, middle level, lower level. Directions will be given at each and every level. Okay, and these people are having different attitudes toward works. Means the people who are working at the top level, they don't like to talk to the other lower level workers and all. So their attitude is like that. Okay, so this is a kind of mismatch. So here let us understand by the help of one example. Here the example is given: the salesman may insist on reduction of price to get more orders, whereas the high officials, so salesman is a low category of job, salesman works at the lower level only, and these high officials, they are the people who actually make the policies and all. They're against this reduction, as this will bring down the reduction in the total revenue or profits. So one person is telling to reduce the price so that it will be easy for a salesman to sell the good. On the other side, the high official, they are, their attitude is that they don't want this thing, because of this the profit is going to fall. So what we can do in this case? Here in this case we can just give them direction or instructions to both of them. So this will be just like to balance the attitude, and by instructing and guiding the salesperson to find out the other ways to increasing sales. So this can be done by telling the sales people, that it is not like always. You can just tell them that it is not like that always you will have to reduce the price in order to get this sales. You can just tell them some words, or you can just provide them training, so that it will help them to sell the product very easily. So you should they should be finding some other way to sell the product, maybe some kind of emotional touch, or some kind of training like that. So when these salespeople go to the market, they will sell like that only. Okay, just like in your house, you may have noticed if some insurance people is coming, so what they do, insurance वाले क्या करते हैं, they will be coming to your house and they will be telling you about the insurance plans. So do they reduce the price? क्या वो प्राइस कम करते हैं? नहीं करते हैं। वो आपको क्या बोलते हैं कि आपके, आपको सर आपके लिए नहीं तो आपके बच्चों के लिए ले लीजिए। सो दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ इमोशनल टच जो कि दिया जाता है सेल्स के लिए। तो देर आर मेनी अदर वेज। ऐसा नहीं होता कि हमेशा बोले प्राइस रिड्यूस कर दो और फिर सेल करो। तो ये भी तरीका हो सकता है। दिस इज द काइंड ऑफ डायरेक्शंस which can be given inside the company to match their attitudes. Okay, now next, then sometimes there can be difference of attitude between the employee and employer. Here also directing function create a balance by instructing the employees and interest of the organization interest on the same directions. So employee what employee want? Employee wants more earning. Organization more wants more production. So employee can earn more by producing more, which will achieve the organization goals also. See, it is very important to give them directions. If the employee is asking for good salary, you can tell them that do more production. Then definitely if you do more production, more profit will come to the company, then they are going to increase your salary. So this is how the direction should be given. You can make them understand what they you are trying to do. Okay, then to facilitate change. Now what is this point? See, inside the company, whenever some kind of change happens, so what happens, all the employee will be feeling resistance to change, means they don't want that kind of change. Suppose today you are working in a very good manner, today you are learning through online studies, and before that you are learning on the white blackboard and all. So now this change has happened, so every student may be possible they don't like this change, or maybe teachers they will be reluctant at what kind of projector facility or smart board facilities there, we don't want these kind of things. Even in the companies, when this MS Excel office, when we were working on 2003 version, and the company changed that version to 2010, what happened, we find that resistant, we don't wanted that change to happen. Okay, so because of that change, what happened, the employee will be finding difficulty, and employee don't want to find that kind of difficulty. So by the help of direction, what we can do, we can change the attitude of the people. So generally the employee hesitate in accepting the changes, but through directing function the changes can be implemented more easily, as while giving directions the superior guide the subordinate that the changes are better for them also. Here it simply means that, so here we can tell the employee that this change is good for you also. Suppose if person is like in company, अगर change होता है MS Excel Office 2003 से 2010 हो गया, so this thing we can communicate to the employee that this is good for you also. We can tell them that this thing is good for you also because you will be learning something new. इस तरह से communicate करना चाहिए कि change हो रहा है. If any kind of change happens in the company, what you should communicate or direct to your employees, you can tell them that it is a good change for you because you'll be learning something new, you will be feeling valued inside the company, आपका वैल्यू बढ़ेगा. तो इस तरह से अगर बात की जाए तो आप किसी भी तरह के चेंज को कंपनी में आराम से फैसिलिटेट कर सकते हो. यू कैन मेक दिस चेंजेस गो वेरी इजीली inside the company and the employee will not feel resistant to change. वो resistant to change का मीनिंग क्या पता है मैंने, कि जब कोई बदलाव होता है तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अच्छा नहीं लगता है किसी को भी चेंज होना. क्योंकि जब सोचो, जब गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय, एक ऐसा टाइम था, देयर वाज अ टाइम जब सब कागज पे होता था, सब अकाउंट्स वगैरह ये सब कागज पे होते थे. फिर कंप्यूटर आ गए तो सबने बोला ये क्या है, इसको कैसे ऑपरेट करेंगे, दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ डिफिकल्ट थिंग फॉर अस. बट टुडे यू कैन सी दैट एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग ऑन वेरी स्मूथली इन द कंपनी. आज की तारीख में सब कुछ बहुत स्मूथली हो रहा है कंपनी में. आजकल लोग बैंक के एम्प्लॉयज ये नहीं बोलते कि कंप्यूटर क्यों लगा दिया, बल्कि आज कंप्यूटर से वो खुश हैं, दे आर हैप्पी बिकॉज कंप्यूटर इज reducing their workload. Okay, so this is a facilitate to make any kind of change implement in the company, you can direct the employees regarding it और बड़ी आराम से आप उसको change कर सकते हो. Now the elements of the directions. What are the elements of directions? See, there are four elements: supervising, motivating, communication and leadership. This communication part has been reduced from our syllabus. Okay, so still three are left with you: supervision, motivation, and leadership. So you'll have to do this. Now supervision. Now supervision means what? See, super means supervision. So here super means your boss, superior. Okay, you can say that he is your boss. And this vision means nigrani rakhna, to keep a watch on the employees, that what are they doing. ये चीज का मतलब होता है supervision. Now the supervision means instructing, guiding and monitoring and observing the employee while they are performing job in the organization. So here, whoever is keeping eye on the employee or watching them work, he will have to guide them, instruct them. If they're doing something wrong, definitely you'll have to give them instruction and guide them correctly. Then monitoring means you're just checking their work. Monitoring means complete observation on them, whether they are doing it correctly or not. If they are not doing correctly, then only you can give them instructions and guidance. Otherwise, you cannot know that they are performing right or wrong. Then observing the employee when they are performing this work in the company. Now this word supervision is a combination of two words. I already told you that super means what? Superior, and visions means to keep an eye or watch on the actions of the employees. Now this is the one and the same thing. Same thing is written over here. Now what? See, importance. Yes, the first importance of supervision, क्यों watch रख रहे हो, क्यों नजर रख रहे हो, ensures issuing of instructions. So, okay, so whenever you are keeping and watch over the employee, definitely you can issue them instruction if they are not working properly. So the supervisor makes sure that all the instructions are communicated to each and every employee. The top level and middle level plan out all the instructions, but the instructions are issued only by the supervisory level management. So whoever is working at this position as the supervisor, it is his task to give the instruction to the worker, because एक्चुअली ऑपरेशन लेवल यहीं पर हो रहा होता है और ये उसका ही लुकआउट है दैट जो इंस्ट्रक्शन देने हैं जो टॉप लेवल मिडिल लेवल ने बताया, यू विल हैव टू पास ऑन दैट टू द एम्प्लॉयज. ओके, तो वो चीज सुपरवाइजर का काम है, दैट ही विल बी कम्युनिकेटिंग विथ और डायरेक्टिंग दिस workers or employees who are working under him to get the job done, to get the job done. Okay, so this is one part. Now facilitates control. See, control means match between actual and planned output. Whenever the workers are under constant supervision and monitoring, they step by step check the check is kept, and if they are deviating from the plan, then immediate instruction are issued by the supervisor. See what is happening here. See, when we talk about this control, it can be given, it can be done by this direction. Means what? See, what is control? Already we are having planned output. Suppose we have planned to produce 100 cars. Okay. Now actual output is what? Only 80 cars we have produced. 20 less cars you have produced. So now what could have been done at this stage? Suppose you found this within before the ending of the month, 1 week prior to that. So what you can do, you can direct, you can again motivate the employees to work hard and achieve the target. So this is how you can facilitate the control, or you can control on that actual planned output of 100 cars. So you can get the job done, still you can get the job done. So these directions helps to just achieve this organization goals. Okay, so this is how you can control the activities of the company by giving them directions. But the direction should come at the right time from the supervisor. Otherwise what will happen, once the month is finished and you are ending with 80 cars only, then it is a problem, then direction will be of no use. Then optimum utilization means best utilization of resources. So when the worker are constantly monitored and observed, then they use the resources in the best possible manner, which leads to minimum wastage. See, if you continuously observing the employee, then there are less chances that they will be doing time pass in the company. ओके, वो आराम से टाइम पास नहीं कर पाएंगे. तो वो पूरे टाइम तक आप उनको मॉनिटर कर रहे हो, तो वो बिल्कुल दे विल बी वर्किंग हार्ड एंड दे विल ट्राई टू टेल you by some kind of body language that they are really working hard. So if you are watching them continuously, this ensure that you are using them very well. Okay, means no wastage of resources is happening over there, means that worker is not sitting idle without work. Okay, he's continuously working. If there is no supervision or check on the worker, they may result in wastage. And suppose what happens when supervisor takes his eyes off the workers, अगर वो नजरें हटा लेता है, then definitely the workers will start doing time pass in the company, and this will not be good, and this is called as wastage of resource. So here now discipline. Discipline is to keep everybody disciplined. So here also directions come into play. So the strict supervision and guidance to the of supervisor encourage the employee and workers to be more disciplined in their activities. Under the guidance of the superiors, the workers follow a fixed or strict timetable and execute the plan in the right direction. So here what the person who is supervising them he should do, a supervisor always pass on some strict instructions to the workers. Why he should do that? Because in order to create a discipline in the company, he will have to do it. Otherwise, if he'll not do it, then what will happen? Everybody will feel very free inside the company and they will not work properly. So it is very important that strict supervision is required along with instruction and guidance. If supervisor is not doing it, then it is of no use. Okay, this is very important to achieve this all the plans pre-planned performance which is required by the company. Okay, so they will have to work according to the set timetable, means whatever they want the production to be, they will be keeping a track of it, then only this thing can be done. Then fifth point is feedback. Feedback means what? The supervisor are directly dealing with the subordinates. We know this. Okay. Then so they are the best person to give feedback to of the subordinates. Okay. They give the report regarding the workers of every worker which become the base of the performance appraisal of the employees. See, feedback is what? When the superiors is dealing with the subordinate, every superior who is keeping an eye on the workers, what happens? He knows about each and everyone. So whenever there's a time of appraisal means it's a time when the employees are being evaluated for that work. उनको चेक किया जाता है, अप्रेज किया जाता है कि किसका प्रमोशन होगा, किसका नहीं होगा, किसने कैसा काम किया. So that feedback can be given by superior, sorry, not superior, supervisors only. Okay, so they will be giving your feedbacks of the employee. वो feedback किसका देंगे? Employees को देंगे, क्योंकि वही उनको monitor कर रहे हैं and they know about them. And then improves communication. So supervision definitely improve the communication because superiors, they issue instruction and orders to all the subordinates and make sure that this instruction and order are clear to all the members. So see, what is a good communication? When you're telling something to someone, okay, that person should get the 100% information of what you're telling to them. If you're telling them something, then if they're not getting, suppose they're understanding only 80% part of it, 20% they did not understand, then is this a pure or correct communication? You say no, ये करेक्ट नहीं है, बिकॉज व्हाट यू आर सपोज टू डू, यू शुड आस्क देम अगेन कि सबको समझ में आ गया मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, इस दिस तरह से. क्योंकि अगर 100% कम्युनिकेशन होगा तो ही एम्प्लॉय आपके लिए अच्छे से काम कर पाएंगे. तो यहाँ पर एक ये पॉइंट आता है इंपॉर्टेंस है कि यहाँ पर इंप्रूव होता है कम्युनिकेशन. अब कंटिन्यूसली सुपीरियर गिविंग इंस्ट्रक्शंस टू द सबऑर्डिनेट, ही मस्ट गिव और पास ऑन द क्लियर ऑर्डर्स टू द members. Okay, so while playing the role of linking or mediator, the supervisor try to remove the communication gap between the superior and subordinate as he passes on the complaint and problem of subordinate to superiors and instructions of superiors to subordinate. Now what happens? The supervisor is a kind of person who is trapped between this top level and middle levels. So see, all these middle level people, superior will have to tell them about everything. So it is just like middle level is there, and below it there will be supervisor, then at bottom it will be worker. So it is a kind of mediator. This supervisor is the mediator. He'll be telling all the complaints to this middle level, and definitely these complaints are going to come from the worker, and all the instructions are going to come from this middle level, and he's going to pass on to the workers. Okay, this is how he's working as a mediator. So it is his responsibility. It helps to improve the communication between the peoples here. So seventh is improve motivation. Definitely the relation of the supervisor is very good incentive to improve the motivation level of the employee while guiding the employee. The supervisors encourage the subordinate to perform to best of their capability. See what happens, continuously instructions are being given by this supervisor, and he always try to use such kind of word which motivate the employees, and they'll be working in your company very nicely. So this is a function again, and also at the same time it's the importance of supervision. Okay, to it improves motivation. So supervisor, it's a task actually which must be performed by the supervisor, and it is his duty to motivate the people at work, okay, in order to get the all the goals of the company get achieved. Now, eighth point is maintaining group unity. So supervisor plays a main role of maintaining that group unity among workers working under him. He maintains harmony among the worker and solving the dispute. Now, the supervisor is the person who is directly dealing with the worker, so it is his responsibility that he must get this teamwork of this worker, and they will have to unite their action. If they will find and continuously डिस्प्यूट हो रहे हैं, लड़ाई झगड़े हो रहे हैं वर्कर्स के बीच में, और इसको सेट आउट नहीं करा जा रहा है, उसको सेटल नहीं करा जा रहा है, so it is a kind of problem for the company, because like this the work cannot be done properly, production will be hampered. Okay, so in order to settle the dispute, the supervisor plays a main role. He will have to create that group unity among the workers. Okay, so this is how you can maintain the group unity. Now that's all for today. We'll be continuing in the next video from this part, motivation or will to work. So that's all for today. Thank you.